Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to build Flower Power from Stampy's Funland. Now if you haven't seen this game before, I'll give you a quick rundown of how it works. It involves a battle between two teams of two battling it out in order to get their flower from the opposing team. Once they've done this, they bring it back to their base and they can get the winning flower that then they need to get to the middle. And if they're able to do all of that, then they win the game. So, with that out of the way, let's get into the build. The materials you're going to need for today's project are here in this chest. Take a good look, and once you think you've got them all, then we can get on with today's build. To start, we're going to want to get ourselves an area that is 39 blocks wide by 57 blocks long. Then we're going to come to the bottom left of this area and we're going to count in 17 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And on the 18th block, we're going to break out 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to fill this in with stone bricks. And then we're going to destroy the row behind it as well. And fill that in with stone bricks. Now we're going to start with doing the orange side of the Flower Power arena. So we're going to break this line out and fill that in with orange concrete. Then, to the left and to the right of this, we're going to expand this out by another 15 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And that should leave us with 2 blocks between us and the edge. So we're going to do that on the other side as well. Once again, that leaves us with 2 blocks. Then we're going to come back to the middle, and to create our archway, we're going to build up either side with another 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that on the other side. And then we're going to connect them up at the top, like so. Then, coming all the way to the right, we're going to build up the corner until it is a total of 12 blocks long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're just going to connect it up to the other side. So bring it all the way across like this. And then finally, we can come to our archway in the middle and we're going to connect up each of the corners to the top. And if this is done right, this should create another 5x5 square here, which it has done. Now to create the sides of our border of this minigame, we're going to come here and we're going to build back a total of 26 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And then we're going to place ourselves a block of lime green concrete. And we're going to build this up until it is a total high of 12 blocks, just like we've done over there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're going to connect this back up to our other corner using orange concrete. So we're just going to bring it all the way over, like so. And then coming back to the lime green concrete, at the floor here, we're going to place 2 stone bricks in front of it. And then we're going to cover this entire pillar with ladders. So this gives a way for people to get up to the top of the minigame so that they can spectate the fights going on below. Now going to the right, we're going to switch up our block to white concrete and we're going to count out a further 26 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And then we're going to build this up until it is 12 blocks tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're going to bring this all the way back so it meets up with our green pillar. Now with that side done, we're going to essentially copy exactly what we did with the orange side, but using white concrete instead. So we're going to start by building out a row of blocks that is 15 blocks long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then we're going to break out 5 blocks in the ground, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and fill that in with white concrete. Then we're going to break out these 10 blocks in front of it like so, and fill that in with stone bricks. Then we're going to go another further 15 blocks to the right to finish off to our other corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we're going to bring this up until it is 12 blocks tall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're going to connect up the 2 corners, bringing it all the way across like so. Then, in the middle, we're going to build up each of these columns by another 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the same on the other side. And then we're going to connect them at the top, creating our 5x5 square. And then we're going to bring these up a further 5 blocks so that they touch the top of our border. And then for this side, we're just going to copy exactly what we've done here. So let's do that quickly. And with that done, we can finish off the outside border of our game by filling in these grass spaces that are 2 blocks wide around the entire outside of our minigame with the flowers of the colour of the side that you are on. So for all of this side, we're going to fill it in with orange tulips, and all of the left side, we're going to fill it in with white tulips. So let's do that. And with that done, we can now begin the next step of building the flower decorations that wrap around the entire outside of this minigame. So to do that, we're going to start by coming to the front of the orange section. And on the left hand side, we're going to count out 3 blocks from here. 1, 2, 3. And on the 4th block, we're going to place a block of lime concrete. Then we're going to count out a further 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the 6th block, we're going to place 2 pieces of glass. Now this should just leave us with 3 blocks to the left here. Now I'm going to show you how to create the flowers that go around the outside. So starting from this lime concrete here, we're going to place another 3 blocks on top of it, forming a T shape, and then another further 3 blocks. Then on the left and the right, we're going to place 2 blocks like this, coming up diagonally, and this creates the petals. Then in the middle, we're going to place 3 more pieces of lime concrete, followed by a 3x2 rectangle of orange concrete, which should look something like this. And then in the top left and the top right, we're going to place 1 more block. And now the way this pattern works is it flips between the flower being this way up and it being upside down, and it does that going around the entire border, with the only exception being that when we're in the white side, it replaces the orange concrete with white concrete so that it creates the white tulips instead. So to create the upside down tulip, we're going to come to our 2 glass blocks here, and we're going to place orange concrete on either side, and then do another 3x2 square or rectangle even of orange concrete, like so. Then we're going to place 3 blocks of lime green concrete on top of this. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do our 3x2 rectangle of lime green concrete. Then on the right and the left, we're going to place our 2 blocks going down like this to create our petals. And then finally a block in the middle at the top to finish off the stem. Now I'm going to show you exactly where we want to place each of these flowers going the whole way round, and then we're going to get to work actually building them. So if we come to the left here, we're going to count in another 3 blocks, and on the 4th block, we're going to place 1. So this starts another right way round flower. Then we're going to count 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to put 2, and we're going to repeat this, counting 5 for each step. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1 here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 glass blocks here. And we're going to keep doing this going the whole way around. So 1, 2, 3, like so. And we're just going to repeat that for the entire border. And the important thing being to remember that whenever we get to a pillar, we want the first one to be only 3 blocks away, and then we continue the 5 block pattern. And now that we've done that pattern going the whole way around the border, I want you for every lime green block to build an upwards facing tulip, and for every stack of 2 glass blocks to build an upside down tulip. So, let's get to it. And with that now done, we only have one more step left to complete the border of this minigame, and that's to fill in the area around the tulips and the 5x5 grid above our archways with glass. So once you've done that, it should look something like this. With that all now installed, I'm going to show you just one more thing that we need to do to finish off the outside of the arena, and then we can begin working on everything that goes within. So for the torches, we're going to come to this middle block here above our 5x5 grid of glass, and we're going to place one down here. Then we're going to count 5 blocks to both the left and the right and place another one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 6th block we place a torch. And we're going to do that on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, place a torch. And if we come to each corner, we can place another one, and then we want to count in another 5, but from this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we place a torch, and we just want to repeat the exact same thing on the other side, like so. And then for the sides, we're instead going to count in 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, place a torch. Then we come to the middle, where the ladder is, and we count from the left another 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we place a torch. And we're just going to repeat that for all of the sides of our build. And with all of the torches placed, we can now begin filling in the floor of our arena. And to do that, we're going to come to the orange side of our build, and in the very left corner, we're going to start by breaking out 3 blocks horizontally and filling them in with dark green concrete. Then we're going to break out another 3 and fill it in with lime green, and we're going to repeat this pattern, going back and forth, making sure to get 3 blocks of each colour, like so. Until eventually, once we get to the end, it should meet up perfectly with the other side, with dark green being the final stripe that is put in. And now that we've done that, I want you to extend all of these stripes going all the way to the other side, so that we have a fully filled in floor. So, let's do that. And now that our floor looks something like this, we can get to work on building the 2 plant pots that also act as the hub for the 2 teams. So we're going to start with the orange side. So coming to the front here, we're going to destroy these 5 blocks in front of the entrance. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to fill it in with orange concrete. Then, with orange concrete as well, we're going to build up 5 blocks on either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do the exact same thing on this side. And then to cap it off, we're going to use terracotta instead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now, to create our little entranceway, we're going to just fill in this entire 5x5 area but leaving 2 blocks here for a doorway. So we build it up like this, until we are just left with this little too high entrance here for the front door. Then the inside of this room, we want it to be a total of 5 by 5 big. So on either side, we're going to make a 5 long wall coming one out from our 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do the same here, except leaving the block in the middle for another doorway. And then we're just going to finish it off on the left hand side. And then we're going to build up all of these walls until they're a total of 5 blocks high, so the same as here. So we just build it up like this, and this is creating the base of our plant pot that we're going to eventually have. And of course leaving a 2 block high area for our door here. Here we are. And with that done, we can come inside and we're going to break out the entire floor inside of here and we're going to replace it with terracotta. Here we go. And then just fill it in. Making sure to get the blocks that are in the doorways as well. Lovely. Now, if we come up to the top here, we're going to come to this back row here and we're going to extend it forwards by another 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to bring it out by 1 block on either side. And then we're just going to extend it fully so it covers this corner as well. Like so, on both sides. And then we're going to connect them up to each other. Then, at the front here, we're going to bring it out by another block. And we're going to do the same on this side, but missing out this leftmost block. And we're essentially just trying to create a border that goes around the whole area. Then we're going to fill in this block here, which should be above our orange concrete pillar. And we're going to do the same on the other side, and then finally extend this out by another block. So now we can see our shape of our plant pot. Now inside here, we're going to fill this roof in with brown concrete. Going like so, but we're going to just replace this top right corner with terracotta. And then we're just going to fill in the rest with concrete. Coming all the way like so. Except we're just going to leave this block empty, because if we come down through it, and we look up, we're going to place an observer, such that the red dot is facing downwards. And that's going to connect to our redstone that eventually spits out their winning flower. Now for the tulip itself, we're going to come right to the middle here, and around this block we're going to place 4 pieces of lime concrete, like so. And then we're going to extend these upwards until they're a total of 10 blocks high. So we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to do that for all of the sides. Coming up like so, until we have our full stem. But we want to make sure that we leave the blocks in the middle empty, because that's where our redstone is going to go. So now that we've got that, we're going to want to create our 2 leaves coming off the left and the right of this. So on the right, we're going to go up by 2 blocks, then we're going to place 2 blocks, then we're going to come out by another block, and then put another one on top of that, and then we're just going to extend this so it becomes a 2 by 2 square like so. And then on the left side, we're going to once again come up by 2 blocks, place 3 off of it, and then we're going to place another 4, but starting 1 up from our first petal, like so. And then we're going to place another 4 coming off of it again, so that we create this diagonal pattern, and our petal should look something like that. Now for the flower itself, we're going to come up to the top here, and we're going to create a grid of orange concrete going around like that, and off of every side of these blocks we're going to build up by 3. So, like this, and it's going to eventually create ourselves a diamond shape at the top. And now that we've got that, we're going to want to connect up the corners of this to create a 3 by 3 grid, but once again making sure to leave the middle block empty. So, like so. And then in each of the corners we're going to build up by a further 2 blocks. So 1, 2, we're going to do that on every single side. Now to actually install the redstone, we're going to come inside again, and we're going to build a roof here that leaves us with a total of 3 blocks of space. So on the 4th block, we're going to start building it. But once we've done the 3rd row, we're going to stop briefly, and we're going to break this block, which should be in the very middle of the brown concrete, and we know that because it comes up right through where our stem is. And then we're going to place a piece of terracotta right underneath it. Then, on the right hand side, we're going to place a repeater going into it, and then we're going to fill in these 6 blocks here, and then we're just going to place a trail of redstone going all the way around until it comes underneath our observer, and then we can fill in the rest of the roof. Now, if we go to the top of our tulip, and we go down through the middle, we're going to create ourselves a tower of redstone torches coming all the way up. So what you want to do, you want to place a redstone torch, then a block on top of it, then a redstone torch, then a block, and we're just going to repeat that until we get to the very top of our tulip. And now once we get to here, we're going to place one further block of orange concrete on top of it, and then we're going to place ourselves a dropper facing outwards into the arena. And with that, that is all the redstone for this part done. And now we're going to do what we did here, but on the other side for our white area. So, coming over, we're going to once again start by breaking these 5 blocks out here and replacing them with white concrete. Then on either side, we're going to build it up by another 5 blocks, like so. And then on the top, we're going to place our terracotta. Then we're going to create our doorway again, so making our 5x5 area of a wall, but leaving the 2 blocks so that it can actually get inside of the hub. And then, once we're inside, we're going to extend each of the walls out by another 5 blocks, and then build them up so they're a total of 5 blocks tall. And we're going to repeat the same on every single side, but of course for our front here, we're going to break out the 2 blocks for our entrance. Here we are, coming all the way around, like so. Then, we're going to break out the floor, and we're going to replace it with terracotta. Making sure to fill it fully in, once again getting the blocks underneath of our 2 doorways as well. Then, coming to the top, we're going to extend our row out here, forwards by another 1. Then we're going to bring it to the right by 2 blocks on either side. Then we're going to fill it all the way in so it reaches the other side, and we're going to do another area that is a 7 block long by 2 blocks wide, like so. And then we're just going to extend this back. And then finally we extend it out by another block, but leaving our 2 corners. So this part should only be another 7 blocks as well. And we're going to do that on both sides. Now, unlike the orange side, this square is fully filled in with brown concrete. There is no terracotta in the top right here. So we're just going to fill this fully in, but once again leaving our block at the front here in the middle empty so that we can actually put our observer in. So we're going to place that once again with the red dot facing downwards. And now for our flower, we're going to repeat exactly the same thing, except of course we're going to use white concrete instead of the orange concrete. So we create our little diamond, and we extend it up so it's 10 blocks tall. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we do that for all the sides. Coming up like so, creating our stem, making sure once again to leave the blocks in the middle empty. Then on either side we're going to create our petals, so we miss 2 blocks, we place 2, we place another 2, and then we turn this into a 2x2 square, so it looks like that. And then on the left side, we're going to once again miss 2 blocks, place 3, then place 4, and then place another 4 coming off of it like that. Then at the top, we're going to use our white concrete to create our diamond shape, and we're going to extend this up by 3 blocks on every single side. Here we are. Then we're going to create our 3x3 square, once again leaving the block in the middle empty. And then we're going to extend all of the corners up by 2 blocks. Here we are. Then for the redstone, we're going to come back inside and we're going to start filling in our roof again, making sure it's on the 4th block up from the bottom. And once we get to the 3rd row, we're going to stop again because we're going to break out the middle block here and place terracotta underneath it with a repeater going into the right hand side of it. Then we're going to fill in this area and we're going to create our redstone trail heading underneath the observer. And then we're just going to fill in the rest of the roof. Now we're going to fly up to the top and go inside of our pillar and start creating our redstone torch tower again. So we place a torch, then a block, then a torch, so on and so forth. And then once again, once we get to the point where we're just 1 block below the exit, we're going to then place a white concrete on top, and then we're going to grab our dropper and place it here. And then we're going to take a flower pot and we're going to place it on top of our 2 observers, so where the face is facing upwards. And then for both pots, we're going to take our torches and place one in the middle of all 4 sides of the plant pot, like so. Then, on the sides of the plant pot, we're going to place one on the middle, on both the left and the right side. But on the side with the doorway, we're going to place it 1 block above it, so it looks like that. And then on the top of each petal, in the very left and the very right, we're going to place a torch, so that they actually end up being right above our other torches. And we're going to do that on the other side. So we're going to place a torch on all the sides in the middle. Then we place it here, and then 1 block up from the doorway, and then back down to 3 blocks high here. And then we place it on top of our 2 petals. And now finally, to finish it off, inside of our 2 droppers, we're going to place the flowers of the selected colour. So in our white tulip, we're going to place a bunch of white tulips so that they get dropped out. And in our orange tulip, we're going to place that colour tulip in there. And with that done, those are our 2 flower pots completed. And now we're going to work on the flower pot that goes in the middle. To do that, we're going to start from the orange side, and at our little exit here, we're going to count 15 blocks towards the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And on the 16th block, we're going to place a terracotta that we're going to extend by 2 on either side, so it becomes 5 blocks long. Then we're going to bring it back by another 5 blocks on either side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like so, and then we're going to connect it up to form a square. Now, if we're on the orange side, we're going to go to the left side of the square, and we're going to break out the middle block. In the ground, we're going to replace the green concrete here with a dropper facing towards us, and you're going to fill that up with iron chest plates. Then you're going to place an observer facing backwards, so the red dot is facing into the ring, and then we're going to put a piece of redstone dust here, and then we're going to place a plant pot in front of it. So that means if a player is able to get a flower and put it in here, they'll be able to get an upgrade for their armor. Now we're going to extend this entire square up by 2 blocks, so we're just going to do 2 more rings around it, like so, until we've got a plant pot that is 3 blocks high. Then in each corner, we're going to place a block of terracotta. And then we're going to create a rim going around the outside but missing the corner blocks. So we're just going to connect up the corners like this. And this will create a somewhat circular shape. Not perfect, but it will look something like this. Now in the top and the bottom, we're going to fill in these rows with glowstone. And on the left and the right, we're going to place a glowstone, then a dispenser facing up, and then another glowstone. We'll do that on both sides. And then in the middle, we're going to fill it in with brown terracotta, or brown concrete even, except for the very middle block, which we're going to replace with an observer facing downwards, so that the red dot is like this. And then inside of here, we're going to place 3 terracotta like this, in the direction of where the observer is. We're going to place redstone dust on top of these. And what that will do is if we break out here and replace that, will have a flower pot on top of this, so when a player places a flower pot in here, it will activate these 2 dispensers, which you'll then fill with fireworks of your choice to create a celebration when one team manages to win. And with that, that is the end of part 1 of this 2-part series. I'll link the second part below, as I'll be releasing it at the exact same time that I released this video. So, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!